when you get out of the phase of being a one-man show or one-woman show, you start to realize that, okay, I need to have some employees and start learning how to leverage, whether it's a virtual assistant or if you realize that you're gonna have a physical person, depending on what you do and what your issues are and what your challenges are. There's a couple things you need to learn. The reality is you are always gonna have people that you start off with, and those are not gonna be the people that you end up with, right? People are gonna change. Your model is probably gonna change. Your leadership style, sometimes we don't have one in the beginning, right? We're still trying to figure this out. That changes as we grow. So what I have learned is a lot of times when you start getting an employee, first thing we always try to do, and I know because I did this, is we try to dump everything on them. We've got these problems and we just kind of go, here, fix it. And what happens a lot of times is they have no idea how to fix it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to solve the problem because it all starts with the training, right? You've got to train them so that they understand how to fix the problem. If you don't know how to fix the problem, you can't magically assume that they are going to be the ones to be able to fix it, right? It just doesn't work that way. It has to start with you creating the right solution to the challenges that you have, and then you train them on it, and obviously they can evolve and train over time. Now, the one thing that I've learned is as you become an employer, meaning you have people who work for you, whether they're virtual assistants, contractors, I start seeing a trend with some people. And the trend I start seeing is they start going through employees, they start going through contractors, they just start going through a lot of different people, and they're telling me all the bad things and all the problems with all the people. And sometimes I sit there and I just think to myself, okay, are they problem people or are you the problem? And a lot of times you're the problem because you haven't created right solutions, right metrics, right measurements, or expectations with the people you're working with. So a lot of times I always tell people, if you start seeing a revolving door of employees, you don't have a people problem. You probably have a leadership problem or you have a systems problem. So really think about that when you are working with employees and you start seeing a trend of people being unhappy, because one unhappy employee, that can be toxic to the rest of the group that you have. And believe it or not, it happens a lot quicker to go toxic, meaning going negative, than it does for everything that you built. And I've seen it in many, many businesses that I've coached and people that I work with. They spend all these years building up this great culture and their vision, and all of a sudden they remove themselves and that leadership goes away and it crumbles very fast. And the reality is if you have an employee that's quitting, they probably quit about 3 months ago on you. You just either chose to ignore it or you really didn't want to deal with it and you hoped it would fix itself, right? I guess that's also choosing to ignore it. But the reality is they always say that when you have an employee that quits on you, they've already quit 3 months ago. You just have not been the good leadership to understand it, see it, either fix it or nip it, cut it off. Because the reality is you've been giving people, your clients, your customers, your contractors, you've been giving them bad service for 3 months without knowing it. And I used to always be told that whenever you had a bad employee and that bad employee quit, take out your checkbook and write a check. And you'll find that after about 3 months and you have enough of them, you will see it's a certain amount that you're always gonna write in problems, damages, and issues. So the way to solve that is you've got to be involved, you've got to be engaged, and you've got to make sure that they understand what is going on and how to fix their issues. Because a lot of times people don't leave for more money. 68% of employees say they leave because of bad leadership or they just think the boss, you, the employer, doesn't care about them. And we all know that's not true, but that's the perception they have. So yes, you can fix it, you can help the situation, but you have to care more than them. Remember, it's your business and you can't lead by abdication. What I mean by that is you cannot lead by simply giving it to someone and assuming that they're gonna know. That's not how it works. You lead by leadership, and that is the key. So hopefully this helps. This is Steve Rozenberg, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.